got some holiday cheer. It's brewed with peaches and pecans. I don't know. I don't really taste the pecans, but I guess that's Christmassy. Anyhow, today's review is actually really cool. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this one just from not having the money to do it, but I managed to work out like a pretty cool toy trade. So I actually managed to get my hands on this baby here, which is the Rescuing Newt Deluxe set. So this was part of the 30th anniversary of Aliens, and this is of course from Neca Toys. On the back of the box here, barely making it back to Earth after her first alien encounter, Ripley discovers that a colony was established on LV-426 in the 57 years she floated in space in cryogenic sleep. When the settlement goes silent, Ripley reluctantly accompanies a group of colonial marines on a search and rescue mission, hoping for the best, but a familiar deadly menace awaits her. They find only one survivor, a plucky little girl nicknamed Newt. As the Marines are picked off one by one, Ripley arms herself and vows to protect Newt at all costs, even if it means facing the aliens alone. Again. Yeah, so this is basically just Ripley. It's pretty much the old Ripley that we already got, but she has a different face sculpt. And then it comes with Newt. I think before it was that Neca was selling Newt by herself, but they could only sell her like at conventions or something like that. They have like really weird licenses, or really like weird license restrictions or whatever. And so people were like, are you going to sell her by herself? And I'm like, we can't. And so people were bummed out. I didn't think it was that big a deal because I'm not that in love with Newt, to be honest with you. But for other people, they were bummed out. And I guess maybe they managed to work something out. Like, well, maybe if we sell it as part of a 2-pack or something like that, then we're allowed to do it. Or something. I don't know. The point is, I remember them saying that they couldn't sell Newt by herself. And so now we got this. So I feel like they managed to work something out. And so I think that's a very good job on NECA's part to try and find ways to get their figures to the people who want them, because we can't all go to conventions. You have these convention exclusives, and it's not as if we all have the opportunity to go and then we just skip it because we don't care enough. We just live too far away. Like, we can't do it. So when stuff like this happens to accommodate us, I think that's really a really cool thing. On the inside, you can see the two of them there. She's holding her. That's really awesome. Like, I think if you were to just display it like that, that's actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what she comes with. Alright, now for accessories, Newt actually comes with that little doll head of hers, and it's actually really good. It's really small though, like really small. So I think that's pretty cool. I actually didn't really expect her to come with it, but I guess, like, well, what else would she come with? So that's really neat, really good work there. Like, the hair looks the way it does, and they did a really good job of that. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I mean, I guess have her hold it, but I feel like it's the kind of thing that you would lose really easy. I mean, it's gone forever now. It's really small. But that's really cool. I wasn't expecting that. So that's kind of like a nice little bonus. The other accessory, of course, is the pulse rifle plus flamethrower. It's pretty much exactly like the old Ripley's, but it's still really good. It's got all these little like scratches and dings in it, like it's seen some wear and tear. And of course they got the, the strap tied around there, and then the electrical tape holding the back end. So that looks really, really cool. So that's still nice. The other accessory is this gigantic Cheeto, because Newt is a kid and kids like junk food, so what could be better for a kid than giving them gigantic Cheeto. It's the flame thingy. But that's actually really cool. Now, the old Ripley did not come with this thing, and it actually looks really good. I don't know, like, I think it looks like fire. So that's really cool. And so that really makes this much more special, to the point where you're like, how come the original Ripley didn't come with this thing, huh? Anyway, so you put it in there. Now the peg is like really small, so you really gotta shove it in there. And it wants to fall out. I'm not gonna trick you, but once you get it in there pretty good, I feel like it stays. So then you got that going on. That's pretty cool. It's a little warped here, I think, on mine. I don't think the other one was like that. I think it was much more straight. So mine's a little bent. But outside of that, really cool. It'd be kind of neat if maybe she came with another one to like yeah, you swap this out and then come with like some sort of burst fire for the pulse rifle or something like that. That would have been neat. But I mean, you know, one is better than none. So I'll take this. That's really great. Okay, and the last accessory is Newt. Now I don't know if I should consider her an accessory. When they sold her by herself, I think she came with another head that had the helmet where she's got, you know, that one little scene where she's being cute and she says like affirmative. This didn't come with that other head, which is too bad. Another thing that's a little too bad about it is that she's just making this really plain face. Just what it looks like she's, I don't know, like she put something in her mouth and she's hiding it, like she's not supposed to have candy, so she just snuck some candy really fast. And now her parents are asking her, like, did you eat candy? And then she's just like, mm-mm. That's kind of the face she's making, if you ask me. Though it does still kind of look like Newt, though. So it's not a bad likeness. It's just that I think she should look scared, because they're trying to recreate that image of Ripley holding her, and her hair is a little bit more in her face, and she's kind of turned to the side, like she doesn't want to look at the alien queen, and she's got a really scared look on her face. She doesn't give a damn about alien queens. Like, look at that. She's not impressed by anything. So I do kind of wish maybe they would have gave her a scared face, but maybe that means they'd have to sculpt a new thing, and I don't know, the money involved for that could be too much or what have you. So they don't have that. But she does look really, really good. Like even this little back piece here, like it's not perfectly flat, so it's, I don't know, it just looks very realistic, and that's the thing I like about NECA figures. Like, man, denim looks like denim. All the materials look like the way they're supposed to, and she's got this wash on her, so she looks really dirty and grimy. All of that's really cool. I mean, it's a really, really good job. So I think that's just good. I like it more now that I've opened it than what I originally thought I was going to. Anyway, so for like articulation, she can look left and right. Her hair is kind of sculpted in a way to like not really get in the way. And it's also like a soft plastic, so you don't have to worry. You can, I guess you could pose her by herself, but I think you're meant to pose her like holding on to Ripley. Like her arms come really close together, so that you could have her like hugging her or whatever. So she's got that left, right, up, down, pretty good amount. Right? And then hidden by her overalls here, she actually does have a waist swivel. Lift up her arm, you can see it there. That's really nice. It's a waist swivel and a diaphragm joint. All within this soft plastic of her overalls. So that's really cool. Then a ball joint here at the shoulders. And then a single hinge elbow, and it rotates, and then her wrist rotates. And then at the legs, he's got a ball joint, She can bring her legs pretty far forward. Not really that far back there, but she gets a pretty good range of motion. Like, maybe before the colony went to hell, she did gymnastics. I don't know. Wonder what this kid did all day. Played with dolls, I guess, that maybe still had the rest of their body. And then at the knees, it's a single joint. But the single joint knees do let you get some rotation in there. And I kind of like when legs rotate at the knees. I just don't like when that comes at the expense of not having double jointed knees. Like, I want double jointed knees, but also knee swivels. Maybe I'm asking too much of the toy world, I don't know. And then she can move her feet, but like her pants kind of get in the way, but and she can rotate it. And it's kind of an ankle rocker, but you don't get a whole lot of movement. But there you go. So it's really simple articulation for a very small figure. Accessory. But I think that they did a really good job. So I actually like, I mean, at first I was like, well, I want it because I'm an Aliens fan. And I mean, I wasn't going to be able to get it for myself originally, and I just managed to work something out. And now I'm really glad that I managed to get a hold of this figure. Thank you. That's... Anyways, let's actually look at Ripley now. Alright, once you get Ripley out of the package and you undo all these twist ties and all this other stuff, like Hannibal Lecter has less restraints than this toy. So once you get all that out of the way, here you go. Here is your Ripley. And she looks great. And so before we get into maybe her articulation and so on, let's actually go ahead and compare her to the original Ripley. Because you're probably thinking to yourself, what's the difference? Or why would I, if I already have the original, why do I need the other one? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I think you can see some pretty clear differences right away. But for one, new Ripley is way dirtier. Like, she's much grimier. The old one, yeah, she kind of got this sweat ring going on around the collar of her shirt. And then her pants are dirty, yeah. But not like the new Ripley. Been sweating a lot more. Sweat's coming all the way down to her stomach. Same thing on the shoulders here. Like, yeah, that sleeve's a little dirty, but again, just much grimier. They both, I guess, suffer from this, like, melted ass syndrome or something. I don't know what's going on there. It's weird diaper butt thing. Anyways, but, yeah, fairly white shirt, way grimy. So, there's that. Now, I guess the bigger difference, or the one that I say really makes a difference, is that the faces are different. Now, from what I heard or what I read, I'm pretty sure that this was something Neca put on their actual Twitter account, that Sigourney Weaver has something in her contract with them as far as making toys, that she has to approve of the facial expressions. So, I guess they couldn't give her like an angry face, or if they did give her an angry face or a crying face or something like that, and she didn't like it for whatever reason, she could just be like, no. And so that's why all the Ripley figures so far have had this kind of plain, like, you know, driver's license photo, just, you know, stoic look to them. But because they're trying to recreate that image, you know, like that, but it's like a screenshot you see everywhere, of Ripley and Newt, she does have her mouth open a little bit. Now, I don't think they captured it like 100%, but they got pretty close, and I'll be honest, I think that this Ripley looks more like Sigourney Weaver. They really got it right with the way her jaw is and the shape of her mouth when she does open her mouth. her lips and all that. So granted, she's looking a little sick here. I don't know, like she's coming off a bad flu, but I think it looks more like Sigourney Weaver. The other thing is the hair is much better. For one, it's kind of shinier, but I feel like it's more realistic or a better representation of Sigourney Weaver's hair. Or maybe it's just because it's supposed to be a little bit wet, because she's like sweating and it must be humid inside the alien hive or whatever. But the hair is much poofier, much more body, much curlier. So there you go. For the most part, those are the only real differences. Oddly enough, the Ripley that's dirtier has cleaner shoes. The old Ripley has slightly dingier shoes, but I don't think that's a big deal. Anyways, if you get this, it's really just because I think this looks more like Sigourney Weaver. The hair's better, and overall, I just think she looks cooler there. But, you know, you could always just have this, like what I'm going to do is put this Ripley in the power loader, and then this Ripley would just be the one that's holding Newt and be on display. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I might swap out some stuff, maybe give her the gun, I don't know, something like that. But at first I was kind of like, when they announced, I was like, oh man, I already have Ripley. You know, when they announced these 2-packs, like there's supposed to be another one with Hudson and Hicks, and it's like, I already have those characters. I was like, now you gotta buy them again. But I don't know, I think it's okay. Like if you got this Ripley, I still think that this Sigourney Weaver, and you know, and then with the addition of Newt, I think it's still worth it to get it. So I don't mind having 2 Ripleys. I actually have like so many different toys of Sigourney Weaver in this outfit, whether it's Funko Pops or Mini Mates or, you know, the reaction figures, whatever. Like I don't know, it doesn't bother me, so I don't mind having 2. I think that it's pretty good. All right, for articulation, she can look left and right. She can't look down that much, but I mean a little bit. She looks up a pretty good amount. Ball joint at the shoulders here. Whoa, like a big old chunk of paint just chipped off. And now it's like she's got a hole under her arm. And you can see her armpits, I guess. I don't know. Okay, well that just happened. Alright, so she's got that ball joint there. Alright, well there's that. Then she's got a single jointed elbow. And it swivels. And then rotation at the wrist. Okay, it's kind of stiff, but she does have some waist rotation for these. Well, I guess that's kind of like midsection, not really like where I expect the waist to be. She's wearing these big old mom jeans, but yeah, there's a little bit of twisting going on there, and you get a little bit of crunching, but not a whole lot, so it's kind of whatever. But I mean, I guess it's better than not having it, and it doesn't mess with the sculpt at all. And then because Neca does these kind of weird rubber diaper things, it just, oh come on dude, no one's ass looks like this. Moving on. She's got a ball jointed hip, so she can bring her legs out really wide, same as the last one. So like she has a lot of range of movement there at the hips, and because this is rubber, it doesn't really restrict any of that. Although if you were to leave her like that for a long time, then this thing will just kind of like form into that shape, and then when you put the leg down, it's gonna stay like that. But I don't know, it's all right. And then for the knees, it's actually funny, she came packaged like this, and I was like, what's going on here? And it took me a minute. I was like, oh, okay, this comes all the way around. Let me get there we go. I was like, wow, that was weird. So she's got single jointed knee, and then some knee rotation. It's all right. And then at the ankle, obviously her foot just goes all the way around. but you get some pretty good movement there. You can actually see the joint in there, right? See that little ball joint there. So there you go. Pretty alright, standard NECA articulation. She also has some peg holes down there. Although I think the figures stand fairly well on their own. I never really have to do much for all the figures I have. The figures that fall over the least are actually my NECA figures. And yeah, because like Marvel Legends, I don't know, everyone's got weak ankles. So pretty good articulation. Overall, I think this figure is actually really cool. I like all the little details. I mean, I liked it the first time around. And this second time around, they just did an even better job than they did the first time. Now with the weird little exceptions like this armpit thing going on, which I guess I could just repaint it or no one will ever see it anyway, so it's not really a problem. She is a little shinier. I don't know what that is with NECA Toys these days. Like, human character is a little shinier. Is that supposed to be sweat? Is she supposed to be sweaty? She's just oily? I don't know, because the other Ripley is not like this, but it's like my new NECA figures, they all have this sheen, but not all of them. Like if you look through, you know, if you can find more than one, some of them are a little shiny and some of them aren't. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I liked this Ripley the first time around, so I like her the second time around. I like the accessories she came with. I like that she came with Newt. There's a little size comparison for you there. So I think it's pretty cool. This was only $40. So I mean, you know, a figure by itself from NECA is $20. So I guess that means they think this by itself is $20. It's alright, I guess. I mean, I paid $20 for ripped in half Bishop, and he's only half a toy. So this is full character. I think it's really great. I really like it. So if you happen to find it, I would say go ahead and pick it up, even if you do already have the other Ripley, you know, to recreate that whole scene of them hugging. And if you have the Alien Queen, which I don't, but I wish I did, but when it came out, it was like $100, and I didn't have $100 to spend on it. And I mean, I wish I did, and now it's like $200. I'm like, oh my god, if I couldn't afford it at $100, I don't know what I'm supposed to do at $200. One of these days, I gotta find a way to swing it and get a hold of that, because that'll just be really great to have with these figures. But if you do already have it, A, I'm jealous of you, and then B, this will go great, you know, especially if you bought like the NECA little egg carton, so you have all the little face hugger eggs and stuff like that. That, you know, you can create like quite an awesome little diorama if you were like a, you know, big time Aliens fan. So I think these are great, highly recommended. Anyways, until next time, take care.